civilians, vendors, rap stars, Wall Street billions. Donald Trump, shotgun pumps, illegal storefronts, $1.50 Dutches, AF1s and dunks. Skyscrapes, planes hit them, army in the subway, high risk orange alerts every day. And my clique is a clip that spits in Glockland. Walk like I'm from the hood, hair like an indie rock band. Those fists and pitch from hammers blow lungs up. Before Onyx was telling me was throwing them guns up. My style was sick and homeless, freezing and stuck till death took. Stuffed them G's in the cup, now it's the season to fuck. Shit, piss in the morning, flicker, lights in your head and earn my explicit warning sticker. LY on the fit, it shines from the brain inside, so I don't need a Yankee on for a New York frame of mind.
I'm trained to do dirt, I'm trained to be heard. The fame of the words alive in my city. Straight from the herd, I say what I learned. Painfully burnt, alive in my city. Aim for the dirt, plain to the earth. Danger alert, alive in my city. So the same to desert, I was made when they murk. Claim a grain of the work in my city.
Up jokes, they had a monster. I'm TV on the street in a cabbage patch with preemies on my feet. I got a New York bop, bitchy index like a New York cop. Sick in whichever city my tour stops. So by the time I get home, I'll have spread so much enjoyment, I'll create the vaccine and destroy it. I pull immaculate concepts from thin air, implemented by the listener to learn until I get there. Feel most alive from 1 to 5 Thursdays. WKCR gave birth, the weathermen then died. Homeland Security Advisory System will work
till the danger rainbow trumps in a red alert.
Divide quickly if you can ride with me. When martial law hits, pack up the whip and hide with me. Until the eve of destruction paints the town black and anarchy ensues, you'll have the soundtrack.
I'm trained to do dirt, I'm trained to be heard. The fame of the words alive in my city. Straight from the herd, I say what I learned. Painfully burnt, alive in my city. Aim for the dirt, plain to the earth. Danger alert, alive in my city. So the same to desert, I was made when they murk. Claim a grain of the work in my city. I'm trained to do dirt, I'm trained to be heard. The fame of the words alive in my city. Straight from the herd, I say what I learned. Painfully burnt, alive in my city. Aim for the dirt, plain to the earth. Danger alert, alive in my city. So the same to desert, I was made when they murk. Claim a grain of the work in my city.
Various methods to writing, and sometimes get caught up in a verse, literally.
A cold day in hell, I feel good. At least I feel as good as real feels, if real even feels good. I think back to being a kid and getting my ass kicked, and when I sold my soul to the devil to make me rap sick. Page from Cage Brain Angels, dust off the ungodly, riding through my childhood and hit my 6-year-old body. Black out for a second, pick my head up off the street. Little kid hands on my face, it's not me in the driver's seat. Father comes out screaming, drops his cigarettes and lighter, scoops me up with his left arm, his right fist snuffs the driver. Takes me in the house, stops the blood from wandering out. Is this a dream or time travel? I ponder on the couch. Walks in with a black bag.
We're gonna play a game, alright?
Wrapped my rubber snake around his arm and made me pull it tight. Hit himself with a spike, drew blood and pulled his mask down. My hands blew until he let my arm go and he passed out.
You know you're my little son, right? I love you, you're my little son.
Erratic then gone, I go from manic to calm, watching the yellow liquid dripping back out of his arm. No automatic alarm sounded, trying to wrap my 6-year-old brain around it. Went in his pockets, took his money and couldn't count it. Run to the front door, but it's locked, observed it. Put up a chair to reach the deadbolt, but I'm too weak to turn it. Give it another try, my little eye still scoping him. No, I pan the room and see my escape in the open window. Scurry the floor, climb out, hang the drop into the snow, and my captor snatches me back up.
Chris, where you going?
Pulls me back into hell. hell starts shaking me, to weaken me, then teaching me to be a man by repeatedly beating me. I hope I grow up before I'm finished being strangled. I black out then wake up tied to the coffee table with a jump rope cable to my ankle so I can't run. He walks back in the room.
I need your help again, son. I will wrap this around my arm just like before. You pull the other end. Pull it tighter, pull it tighter. Alright, let go. Let go, Chris. You have to take care of your mother. This is an M16. I got this in the army. Private Murray reporting for duty.
That music makes you feel downright patriotic, doesn't it?
Our nation must come together to unite. I know that human being and fish can coexist peacefully. Nobody needs to tell me what I believe, but I do need somebody to tell me where Kosovo is. The illiteracy level of our children are appalling.
Beware, I live.
I wake up to a caffeine, cigarette, vaccine, and bathe in water I wouldn't drink before gasoline. Feel like a loser cause I'm not in Fallujah, painting a Land Cruiser with an Iraqi, then taking his Ruger. No M16 to give me a callus, human super malice for GOP Morales. Baby suicide bombers hurdle suitcases in a nursery. I'm in a deli, tuna tasting the mercury. Then try to wash it down with a $2 bottle of water. Get on the train and think of terrorists or box cutters. Gun concealer cause I see a real reality when I breathe through my nasal cavities, killing my batteries. Bombs in Metropolis, out all eye sockets, esophagus is melted out. Some shy group will get their props for this. I need petrol for my Mercedes, but I'm not trying to kneel or die for Emperor Cheney. Maybe I'm crazy, but I will not just follow the herd. Unless of course it's a route to lynch Mike Bloomberg. Me and Pimp by gas bumping all its Saudi members are like, fuck you, with New York's two middle fingers. If the opposite of pro is a con, then look beyond this. The opposite of Congress must be progress. What if the second coming's aborted and put in the dirt? I still don't know what to wear with this orange alert.
Run, coward.
I was proud the other day when both Republicans and Democrats stood with me in the Rose Garden to announce their support for a clear statement of purpose. You disarm or we win.
American flags fly, morale's high. Unit of 20 or so repelling from Apaches in the sky. Into a village of killers, little Jimmy from Jackson, Mississippi just graduated and seeing action. M16 lock loaded and spitting properly. Whoever's in that line of fire, that's full of democracy. Turn a corner, team leader, neck up to the nose, gone, blown off. This is not PS2, so calm. Jimmy stays so calm. Shoots count nothing, riddled in his back. Answers come flying out his stomach. Face down and his face up in the bed, almost dead. Eyes slightly open, IV bag and no legs. A couple sandwiches, some bloody bandages. In a room full of amputee-GI amateurs. He gets the word that his unit didn't make it. Got a free ticket home the flatline before he got to take it.
We're certain there are people that can't stand what America stands for. We're certain there are madmen in this world, and there's terror, and there's missiles, and I'm certain of this too.
playing hopscotch in this chalk outline. Two F-16s screeching iridescent sky. Look down, we're not in Iraq, we're in NY. Rats in the streets, we move underground like earthworms. Two coast couldn't abort Satan in his first term. The army in the subway, walking with toolies. I'm on a train with the back of the dollar bill still talking to me. Drive with my left, I know what's right, my weapon hand. Like the map of DC Street still shows a pentagram. License on the car window when I pass through. You seen the news, no joke. New York Big Department will blast you. My weatherman party isn't right, only soldier. Cause with one wave of King G dub scepter, it's over. The right to assemble puts the Bureau's team on you. Look into my file and nod to this while Jello screams on you.
By our efforts, we have lit a fire in the minds of men. It warms those who feel its power. It burns those who fight its progress. And one day this untamed fire of freedom will reach the darkest corners of our world. It is the policy of the United States to seek and support the growth of democratic movements and institutions in every nature and culture with the ultimate goal of ending tyranny in our world. Except right here at home. Yeehaw! Don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Connie, give me some pretzels. Rummy, give me that Bible. Give me that Bible with the pages cut out and I got my coke hidden in. Come on, don't mess with Texas. I'll fuck anything that moves.
About a year since my ears tried pop. For those that missed the show, oh my god, that psychiatrist used to, oh my god, put nails in my head, rhyme me and smoke my pop. Sub Rock said, Chris, keep your hardcore gritty. Def Dookie t-shirt, walking through cardboard city. Positively packed, plus pistols, popsicles. Used to strut ID stands like canes in hospitals. I swung down on some grills with the handles. Reached out of the parking lot, then I flipped the camel. Read Kobe journals by the fire in a flannel. Got pills from TV, but they don't switch the channel. The world is yours, and if a flies are playing, when the seeds in your eyes can fly, you'll see what I'm saying. Homeless stick their hands out for change, and I pay them. Cause they live in a box, and I got a bed to lay in.
Back in the day, 1997.
The death of Chris Palco, he passed, we clapped well. Woke up during an autopsy and river rap hell. Ran off dripping verses and patterns from my cut shell. Hungry MCs lap up my blood trail. In this atmosphere I'm an imbalance, slug on a seesaw. Spit through bazooka teeth, my tongue is the C4. Need more stitches to finish display mental. Chris went to the hospital, came home, caged kennels. I sunk down to my lowest in the scramble. Stepped over the body for the wallet on the mantle. Sneak a track with blood traced back to my vandals. By the door, be on the couch with a box of ammo. The world is spinning, I'm spinning my cash in it. Pull up to the pump and dump some gas in it. Know a bunch of rappers that finish last in it, and they can't do shit about it.
You are shameless. Now let us build to a climax, shall we?
That was me, still hocking loogies in the movie. Nasty with groupies, get it moving. Follow me, stupid, to the back of tragedies, moving, do it. And we'll cause problems, get a moshing, popping with treatment. Get the cops to popping from precincts, get the girls to come in and see us, yeah. We'll keep on flowing till the clothes are rolling right off your shoulders. We'll keep on going till the crowd gets open and the girls take notice. I know you notice who it is, the wizard of perfect vocals. I think it's easy when the people feeding this perfect show. Now it's your host with a loaded soldier. Stay fresh, get the dope, he's a beast on the doses. If you comport, you get fucked up, you know you're supposed to, cause now it's your host with a loaded soldier. Fresh at the dope, he's a beast on the doses. If you comport, you get fucked up, you know you're supposed to, cause
to continue to fight through the months ahead for my personal vindication would almost totally absorb the time and attention of both the President and the Congress. Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
In other news, a U.S. military police officer stationed in West Germany was detained after authorities seized an undisclosed amount of heroin from the floorboards of his Heidelberg home, where he resides with his wife and son.
Beer cans and cigarette butts cover the floor day. Half gone, he sleeps, scared pregnant teen in the doorway. Watching them sleep, clutching her belly, little feet kick to send the team back to the toilet. Spent her last week sick. When little Billy feed her ground up Jesus powder, would've beat her louder if it would've pushed the fetus out her. Father in the making, crooked MP forsaken. A military cop that sells H to bring his cake in. She's shaking, praying her labor kicks in before the doors kicked in for them brown bricks in the floor. I mean, she can tell you exactly how the gutter tastes. Father to her kid in custody right when her water breaks. Snitched on his compadres for a few more runs. And the irony in giving a stuffed rat to his newborn son. Dishonorably discharged, no jail time in court. Told to pack his family up and go the fuck back to New York. Fuck Bill Murray, not the actor. The deadbeat dad that smacked her, then left her with rats after he snapped her. The bastard that bent her backwards and win her. With her back against the wall, she can hear death singing in her. With her back against the wall, she still hear death singing in her. With her back against the wall, she still hear death singing in her. Scared to leave him, convince him how she really needs him. Back in New York, her prison and pain and Billy's freedom. Holding her baby, he'd say crazy shit to break her. When she fell asleep, he'd escape her wit's end and when it wake her, he'd sneak out, she'd wallow in it. Role model the shit that put his Christian Scientist father in debt. Gave him his first stroke, he refused his medication cause it went against his religion, he'd rather his Lord take him. To stroke number 2 and start withering his flesh. Then lay the emaciated World War II veteran to rest. Left his family debt, turmoil and wreckage, and his grandson to scatter his ash over the U.S. Intrepid. Then little Billy plummet to his knees, still numb from it. Held his kid by his arm with a shotgun to his stomach. When threats to destroy what he created get tucked away. When he looks in his son's face and see he might grow up to say, fuck Bill Murray, not the actor. The deadbeat dad that smacked her, then left her with rats after he snapped her. The bastard that bent her backwards and win her. With her back against the wall, she can hear death singing in her. With her back against the wall, she still hear death singing in her. With her back against the wall, she still hear death singing in her. With her back against the wall, she still hear death singing in her. With her back against the wall, she still hear death singing in her. The skin again, inject the rust and cinnamon. Pull off the tourniquet, load up the shotgun and sentence them. He knows that there's a bed in hell waiting for him, but he ain't been sane since he started huffing chloroform with his shit decorum. He lets off shots, the neighbors say shooters. Into the phone, the Middletown police and state troopers. While every family member on the premises runs from death, greeted by dozens of officers with guns and vests. His suicide by cops, sweater on, get low, was told to the crowd watching him shoot through the window. His son clutched in his mother's arms, unaware it's the end. They bring him out in handcuffs, but never to be seen again. Fuck Bill Murray, not the actor. The deadbeat dad that smacked her, then left her with rats after he snapped her. The bastard that bent her backwards and win her. With her back against the wall, she can hear death singing in her.
too dark to see this. Scenery slips, they line up to go in the ground and leave us. So repeat this till I'm sick and I won't feed this to my little girl who kept me in this world to beat this. As a little kid taught to follow Jesus, get to the front of the line, I'm being led by a elitist. So when I speak words that I don't mean, it's like how only in a cloud do I know what serene is. Unable to wake or delete the reason to be the same bed I made up to sleep with demons. Whether sick, sane, or a pattern repeated. If I spit pain, I knew how to relieve it. If at 16 I had started to treat it till my shit changed, whether or not I would need it to trace back to the face before the fetus. If the departure was wrong from the gate, then she is
the trigger finger itch, the son of the snitch. I'm the rat's favorite son. Last apparent cut, slit to bleed the rust by the last heart I've won. We roll under covers waiting. I've tied off a limb debating if all of the names forsaken spell out what I'm taking. Watching a skin pop, 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 I would do anything to tell you why I've been late to fix up my head and escape to where I can rest my eyes.
The sun says wake up with a beam in my eyes, clutching the bed like she's still by my side. Part of me died, eat what I'm prescribed, still just to be ostracized. Cause she don't really know if she wants to ride or drive on no nooses long enough to hang my excuses. Whether I'm dead, gun in my head or reclusive, the end is close, almost no need for money. Yet when I wish for death, nobody took my life from me. If I cannot see what's right in front of me and the lights on, it still wouldn't be enough to leave. I fixed me when I broke the aggression, but I'm still attracted to my beautiful depression. If I felt emotions, I learned to suppress them. Till I'm ready to sleep, I'll have found a place to rest in. No thanks to angst, I learned my lesson and can erase the face that can't answer the question.
The trigger finger itch, the son of a snitch. I'm the rat's favorite son. And by the time I'm back, that heart that beats so black better shine like his gun. We roll under covers waiting. I've tied off a limb debating if all of the names forsaken spell out what I'm taking. Watching a skin pop, 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 pop,
This is the soundtrack to one specific girl's life. The soundtrack to one specific girl's life. You can take this specific song and stick it right in your head automatica folder. Snuggle it right up in your head automatica folder. By the time that she wake up and smear on her makeup, she's dressed to kill, no heart behind her A-cup. Silly girl from upstate, I could've loved her. No surprise times was serving the girl was a cutter. Used to hack her arm up for attention. I kinda related to the state of her depression. My head down, walking through a do or die world. Course I get hooked on a suicide girl. Told me God was gonna see her by Easter. Still I kept my doubts, she was such a scenester. You know the model type that never becomes a model. Counter tips with bloody hands from opening bottles.
She's so shallow and hollow, so sick you think this girl was being buried tomorrow. Key log, or without you, too bad to feel this. Cause all we had in common was mental illness. Oh, I got you where I want you, far enough for me to seem not too insane, but you're sicker than me. So when I slip into psychosis, you're my secretary.
Friends in the band playing her college, but like her model career, completely unaccomplished. Stagehand gets fucked over and over by this clinically depressed suicidal cage fan. Man, sake of the irony, why lose it? You were the guy who put the girl up on my music. Scandalous, sick, seasoned opportunist, but you had to respect her. Gangster was ruthless. Told me it was only me making her brain stir. I kept my doubts, she was such an aimster. Little boys were lapdogs for smack runs, and the angel clipped her wings and found a tack gun. My friend or fling is looking for amenities and alternates her friends to keep switching her identities. Bump this on your little stereo at home, pissed, looking through your portfolio or phone pic. Oh,
I got you where I want you, far enough for me to seem not too insane, but you're sicker than me. So when I slip into psychosis, you're my secretary.
Walks a vanilla Sunday, catwalk through dog shit in the yard like a runway. She bit my neck, would kiss me till my lips sore. Clothes smelled of Gucci with a little hint of thrift store. See if you could find her, queen of the diner. Had her arm in every pic till she figured out the timer. Used dudes in love, picked out tools precise, but couldn't use those tools to fix her life. She loved drama so much, she used it as a moniker. Dudes trying to bang her, pretend to be photographers, but to her credit, she ain't listen to any pop. Hipster lover, underground rappers and indie rock. She put the razor to her arm and dug so many gashes. I could've wrote this song in between the slashes. Funny how you never opened a vein to out you, but you're vain enough to think a song is about you.
No, I got you where I want you, far enough for me to seem not too insane, but you're sicker than me. So when I slip into psychosis, you're my secretary.
Downloads fuck a black. Another thing I have is a little fascination for girls that use my music to make relations. Take for instance, so persistent, have me doing shit to her so unchristian. In the pissing and strangulation, Mason keep calling me about my application, cause I dropped it off and thought knock it off. You can start your own club to plot and stalk. Perforated thinking I see shit spastic, penned under a microscope into a book of acid. Transform the high to a narcotic logic, flying with maggots in a cockpit. Money in the bank, it's a perfect world. New car, shotgun, it's the perfect girl. Eat your pills up, try to work this world. Have no malfunctions to hurt this girl. May or may not really deserve this world to reveal that you really got a worthless girl. Don't be nervous, girl. Okay. Don't be nervous, girl. There's a thin line between love and a fuck, and how drunk she gotta be to put it in her butt. Struts in her 7 jeans, I follow deception to the suicide diner to feed my depression. I need a girl to make me crash my bends up, a whistler with a blade that'll cut all my ends up. I pop in every direction to catch a court case. East Bay, West Nile, South Park, and North Face. My aunt's smoking, I got her cracked. I had a kid to feed, and I wrote Agent Orange on a Whopper rap. That's why I has it my way like a barking pit. Only know the day by which side of the street I park my shit. Make it awkward quick, I'm aching to bloom, but they don't wanna see me eat how I ate in the womb. Inspired by doomed other metal objects, like a young Zevlov Vex reading Marvel comics. Money in the bank, it's a perfect world. New car, shotgun, it's the perfect girl. Eat your pills up, try to work this world. Have no malfunctions to hurt this girl. Man may not really deserve this world to reveal that you really got a worthless girl. Don't be nervous, girl.
Okay, okay.
Don't be nervous, girl. Come on, girl. Don't be nervous, girl.
Okay, okay.
Don't be nervous, girl. I take a look around, soak up my environment. Bring it out into the mic and pay rent. Clips holding VIPs to Jesus. When the birds pressed up on the glass like Grey Goose. Science fiction with two in-depth raps. Rise tsunamis through new left tracks. Semicolon, my brain geeked out and swollen. No glass, just in the raps, the road's rolling. In these last days before I drop bleed a end, I'ma serve till they kill me like Scott Peterson. I spit ugly, so many rappers love me. They brush me at shows trying to kiss and hug me. It's truth or dare, but y'all keep picking truth, cause they know I'ma dare them to come to New York. Oops, I spill beer on the board. Find me later while I conspire this Illuminati paper. Money in the bank, it's a perfect world. New car, shotgun, it's the perfect girl. Eat your pills up, try to work this world. Have no malfunctions to hurt this girl. May not really deserve this world to reveal that you really got a worthless girl. Don't be nervous, girl.
Okay, okay.
Don't be nervous, girl. Don't be nervous, girl.
Okay, okay.
Don't be nervous, girl.
You know you look like an angel when you're sleeping, right? Come on, wake up, girl. I know you're not gonna spend your whole birthday in the shower. I'm gonna go pack up the car. Looks like it's gonna rain. Come on, don't worry about it. It's only sprinkling, I tell her nothing is ruined. We playing the license plate game, I'm loving what she keep doing to my inner thigh. Rocking the diamond earrings I gave her, she smiling, looking angelic. All her friends secretly hate her beauty, she know she got it. Got me where she want me, all erotic. Next to her hand, the K is burning a hole in my pocket. I pull it over, get her a soda, I'm half gone. Hit the bathroom, stick the key in the jar to turn it back on. Look in the mirror, throw some water on my face, I'm snotty. Thinking of things I'm about to do to my girl's body. The rain is picking up now, my eyes are kinda lazy. The sky is hazy, she's like, you look pale, I said she was crazy. Push the pedal to the floor mat, hydroplane, corrected it fast, then slowed down past the car crash. She put her head on my shoulder, said she was getting a little sleepy. Don't worry baby, we're minutes from heaven. Face up with glass in it, can't remember the last minute. Glove box, my girl's face smashed in it. I called her name out but she ain't respond. Pulled her shoulder back, touched her arm. Her entire fucking face is gone. I see her breathing, I'm pleading with Jesus, leave her lifeless. Don't leave her like this. Reach for the birthday balloon of nitrous. I'm trying to dial for help with hands I can't feel. Stuck in the driver's seat, my broken ribs gripping the steering wheel. She squeezed my hand and let go. I should have been sitting shoddy, and the rain wouldn't still be pouring all over the angel's body. I'm trying to crawl back in the K-hole to get out of the car, but the K won't climb out of my nose and back in the jar. This isn't her, I tell myself, at least she's happy. Wherever she is, her soulless eye looking at me. I pump my fist to bleed out to catch her and let the worms play, and tell her I'm sorry I gave her death for a birthday.
Entering life sequence
If you walk with me this way, you'll see this giant spread of all the substances you could abuse. And if you look to the left, well, you know. I tried a lot of drugs, I tried a lot of ladies. Some I probably wouldn't have tried if I wasn't on drugs. Been living sober lately, sure some fans will hate me. Still see bugs crawling on me, this time I think it's skady. Miss, don't hate the player, I'm on the bench now. But when they call me back and it's back too, I don't care. The snake spoke to Eve in the garden. These days trees are fruitless, snakes are starving. Pretty little rabbit saw me for carrots, folks. Before Jim Carrey, she wore a mask like Eric Stokes. I'm not insane, no, my life's a game show. I shot for the stars, miss, so now I aim low. If you don't hear back from me, I probably got some shit on my dick and afraid the doctor gonna laugh at me. I'm just playing paranoia, fucks with the mind. This hook is stuck in my cheek, let me pull it out for real this time. If you don't hear back from me, it's probably cause my record flopped and my life is a catastrophe. If you don't hear back from me, it's probably cause them doctors with hypodermics are still after me. If you don't hear back from me, it's probably cause I'm dead to the world, literally an atrophy. If you don't hear back from me, it's probably cause I ran off with a band and shot me up with some smack for free. I got a little buzz, I went a little crazy, said everything I said on movies because of my buzz. I lost my brain before I rap. No allowance, fake sneakers, walked into a world of crap. Sold pieces for Puma's golden nights. Walked and talked like a rap star, but was white and couldn't write. Before girls, the acne came. I had a fade spitting to me, PMD meets Big Daddy Kane. Unlike the judge who cracked his hammer gently, sent me to be evaluated in the hospital, kept me. I came home to make music weirder than daylights, but Bobito knew I was butters like Professor Chaos. From then to now was a blank, cause my memory bank is crawling with skanks like Hillary Swank. No disrespect, but your name rhymed, homie, until my final destination, death can blow me. If you don't hear back from me, it's probably cause my record flopped and my life is a catastrophe. If you don't hear back from me, it's probably cause them doctors with hypodermics are still after me. If you don't hear back from me, it's probably cause I'm dead to the world, literally an atrophy. If you don't hear back from me, it's probably cause I ran off with a band and shot me up with some smack for free. I climbed through dirt to get my name known and shit when I jumped on the track like Ramo and spit. This party's going to hell with blunts to the death, yakking on Moose roof while he's waving guns at his guests. Don't pass that shit, don't throw me a lighter. I put more flakes behind my face than Tony the Tiger. I wasn't hearing what I said, left my ear on the stage, puked up on the fan, the last the incoherent cage. Shit ain't quit PCP, it quit me. Reality rolled me up, took 2 puffs, then clipped me. I snitched on a drug and got away lovely. Told him Johnny Dip from hell, cops at 21 Dunk Street. You talk tough, then why you shaking like maracas? Put a gun in your hand, you won't murder like B.A. Baracus. I need a new drug to make me okay, and a place to keep my shit when they come to take me away.
Hold the fucking time. We have to fucking go through this motherfucking phone was over. Pull your fucking stop.
I write left shit with my right, spit on the mic twice, sleep on beef, wake up the hammers like Christ. We some intellectual animals destined a manable giant, like we running through New York City in mechanical lions.
I walk on glass, chuckle city out of a miner's lung. Grasshopper keep a civil tongue with a pacifier's plug. Shrug, I'm off, I got tiger pen over the hideous. Watch the gorilla in them slither back to the lineage.
I write left shit with my right brain, make eyeballs pop like bike chains. At the right phase, dog, I got Gatlings connected to my arms like Batman. Reach complete revolution of the bells, it's saddening.
Weatherman is not a crew, it's a high mind with guns up to it. The last cat's audio doing it, ruining your drum kit. Vandals of society, arson of sheep is public. We speak in reality TV and there were no writers touch watching it. And if the Brick City was Compton, I'd be OG Bobby Johnson on the loose, throwing up deuce at the first sign of a problem. Weatherman filth, nasty as black and blue bread and light-based milk with lumps, bumped up for the last 6 months.
The freak show veteran, bad to the skeleton. I heard he's in the Weatherman. Oh God, it's them again.
Come on.
A weatherman could do no wrong, no uniform. Cut off 3 limbs with a new arm, that planet in its palm. Blow some life in your rap lungs for a second, then we take you from your normally programmed shit record. If you're into irony, I brought the 4-4 into place. Why can't the snacks paint the art of war in your face? Hit that psycho stimuli to get you high, happy, and whistling. And if I'm too bugged, the feds are still listening.
You're flawed in the particles, I'm the fucking genuine article, and you've been repping shit marginal. Partially, I'm responsible. I'm harsh to the bono, and I'll acid wash your phono. I swagger the injury shield cloak, a flock of hummingbirds circle the same place I spoke. Arena hollowed out, dum-dum shells fell through the smoke. Hear the pain of followers running through hell and shell toes. And the award for scummiest ninja moment of the summer goes to Mr. Slipper Mickey the Christ at his own supper, whose talent turned chemical imbalance to vital cash crop while moonlighting as your local Eckerd Pharmacy mascot. Boss hogs, dogs sniffing out victims for the quarter, so the rogues put a slip on the system, so the WM's up for bounty hunters. Bully Jr. mount the chrome bazookas on the Orange County chopper. $2 box cut a sharp with the game, buck 50 your cheek, you keep the change. Representative Tane, Weatherman gang. As the planet and the stars and the moons collapse, it's just KJ, South L Breeze, Wu-Tang, and Yak. Blacking out early like winter, for the bread on the side like fish dinners. With a jar bizarre for the dip spinach. The new left southpaw outlaws, North to California. Represent bitten, put dents in your battle armor.
The employee of the year, yeah, I'm back to work. Let that label sell okay songs and Weatherman shirts. You threw a whack title on that Weatherman song, which was another remix where you sync my shit up all wrong. Seemed a bit malicious, like you tried to fuck with the mission, but upon departure, y'all check nothing, just carried on my vision. Broke till my fingers bled, got no respect or love, so now y'all can pay me back by writing out my check in blood. But pay me no mind if my records are reckless. This time around, I'm just one of you fucking depressed kids. You saw the bottle splash, next see the text square, walk in the studio, chained to the board with a mini cassette player. The H in Mother Nature's arm through intravenous. Shook some seasons, but Weathermen still who the team is. Wanna see Weathertron assemble like Republicans, but when we transform, it'd be just for the fuck. And I got more days than left on this earth invested, cause this piece of me needs. I brought more nights just to sleep and bleed through breakfast, cause this piece of me feeds. Suffered 100 pen stabs to the head up restless, cause this piece of me loves. Don't fuck with weather brass, I got a major death wish, cause this piece of me is. Going to church, I didn't feel right. Christian doesn't kneel right. Tried to kill myself with music cause I tried to do it in real life. Born with my circuitry in my programmer's hands. First act of anarchy, a freshman not blending in with hammer pens. Sophomore graduated with unspeakable acts. You had the balls to rip me off, happen when I sneak up with Yak. I gave you eons to pay me, but money back stalling like it ain't my how the mighty have fallen. I stabbed my mom and pop, label calm and stop. Y'all still owe me dough, time to go back to mom and pop. Come on, stop. It's silly, how did you really think you had home field advantage in New York reppin'? And I got more days than left on this earth invested, cause this piece of me needs. I brought more nights just to sleep and bleed through breakfast, cause this piece of me feeds. Suffered 100 pen stabs to the head up restless, cause this piece of me loves. Don't fuck with weather brands, I got a major death wish, cause this piece of me is. Knuckles bloody, no sleep, seen 3 days tank. Way to break jaws, my fist still filled with teenage angst. And the only therapy is what's red on paper. Funny how the same applies to seeing blood or money. Splash you in the face with liquid nitrogen, see if it freezes, then smash you. Bring cats, doggy, I'm Vietnamese. Not sure what heaven is, but I know hell is here. Used to stuff trees in the bottles like Belvedere, just to see clearer. Crack my rear view mirror, now the schizophrenic senator closer than they appearer. I'm light years beyond my apocalyptic daydream, to riding around with guns in the van with my A-team. The fire in the sky that rises to sink night. Just another morning I wake up too left to think right. The much better looking white Al Roker after gastric bypass brings the weather it's over. And I got more days than left on this earth infested, cause this piece of me needs. I broke more nights just to sleep and bleed through breakfast, cause this piece of me feeds. Suffered 100 pen stabs to the head up restless, cause this piece of me loves. Don't fuck with weather brands, I got a major death wish, cause this piece of me is. On the hand, the father picked up the snake and cut its head off. The boy stood up, touched the man. Mother saw him touch her husband, started bugging, grabbed a kitchen knife and plunged it in her chest just to briefly see the cover. The boy steps over his dying father to creepily stare into the eyes of the child watching on the TV. It hits the floor until a epileptic seizure leaves her. Paramedics follow standard procedure. Dispatch radios. They pack up and drive to the scene and almost hit a youth running from 3 armed teams pulling death from their waist. He dips into an alley, paramedics climb the staircase. Bullets find a place in his back, he pounds a church door. Tires squeal, he falls in the priest's arms, they hit the floor. Jumper looks down and the priest, her toes grip the ledge. She picks up her arms and takes a step when he says, have mercy. Sign papers, the crates off, enters the church from the side, front entrance taped off. Drops to his knees, reaches to the ceiling for forgiveness. In his mind, every child's face he'd inflicted his sickness. Turns to a woman crying with a gun to his leg. She pulls the trigger twice and screams, see if he forgives. Runs to the car and ditches the gun in a dumpster. A homeless man picks up the pistol, digging for a supper. Tell him drop the weapon, he turns regardless. They shoot up the trash and leave him dead in the garbage. The coroner zips the black bag up over his head, loads him in the truck, turns to the cops and says, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Soft sounds of gospel play in the distance from a radio. The coroner surrounded by student physicians. He goes to work removing lead from the cadaver. The group takes notes, returns upstairs shortly after. They joke at how the dead reek with no respect for the deceased and curse to hell a homeless man who just killed a priest. Double doors slam open, force another episode. Little gamer shot in the chest enters his health code. They don't work. He twitches then spits his last breath to one of the student doctors crying, clutches his nephew. He turns to the TV but can't believe his head when the boy on the screen holding a dead snake says, have mercy. Acting in a way not for Dr. Zoomer. Hocked a tumor in a loogie and left it in Montezuma. Swam back to the US after Russian roulette. No deal on the table, give me a label to suplex. Came to fill him with pain, take a print of my brain, flash it on the screen, you won't leave the cinema sane. Had a following, fondling it, wouldn't let go, till I spiked the easy football into the Def Jukes end zone. And when it hit the grass, it covered the crowd with mud. Mom slipped my bare ass out, I covered the ground with blood. Then she wiped it on my face like war paint, then slapped me, I ain't cry, I'ma die with a hardcore brain. Cracked the door's frame, when I opened the world around it, exhaled the hinges in the air with them ounces. My frontal lobe bounces off the wall and it rocks from the picture that it painted like suicide with a shotgun.
I'm trying to pick up the pieces, keep cutting my hands when I put it back together in pieces. In a permanent hell, I find tranquility teaches me how to design perfect master. I new creature. We're going too far, nobody can reach us. So I'm starting to drown and I'm covered with leeches. Until my last breath, they'll be screaming from the bleachers. Then I'll be dead like all my teachers.
Despite all my rage, I'm a rat in a cage disguised. Communicate to love, injecting bleach in my eyes. The dubiously demented, then the dependent cradle. Slipped through a grasp on a broken glass, highly unstable. I left that label, unable to keep my masters. No whip, broken shit, chick left me a week after. Overdosage of mushrooms, no ugly obstacles. At the hands of boy record scene, damn, fled the hospital. In the club, I don't dance, I stand with a glass of vodka. Come to terms, I'm just like my bastard father. Left my mother with a kid, it flipped her lid. When I started to look like him, she threw me out the crib. And I was only 2, my grandmother was a Hitler youth. Just dropped Agent Orange and ain't got no dough to fix this truth. I'm thinking out loud, I hate life like that matters. Letting shit out and it happened to fit in the rap pattern.
I'm trying to pick up the pieces, keep cutting my hands when I put it back together in pieces. In a permanent hell, I find tranquility teaches me how to design perfect master. I new creature. We're going too far, nobody can reach us. So I'm starting to drown and I'm covered with leeches. Until my last breath, they'll be screaming from the bleachers. Then I'll be dead like all my teachers.
I'm trying to pick up the pieces, but each motherfucker that fucked my mother over would lead me to be this. Drug addicted menace ain't shit to do in this place. No longer flinching from stepdads to punches to the face. Bond to the drug, calm to the tub, filled to the top with warm water to sink in. 2 arms full of blood. Not even 13 looking to exit left for mess. Could care less about life, just keep my pumas fresh. Until the worms eat my flesh, I guess they better burn me. These are the thoughts of a child I keep to 30. I lack patience till I was packed with patience in a mental facility, force fed all the wrong medication. Prozac, guinea pig, I don't feel bipolar, but got a folder that claims I am in a stack that reaches my shoulder. Music, my only savior in every instant, makes each one of you a prophet to my existence.
I'm trying to pick up the pieces, keep cutting my hands when I put it back together in pieces. In a permanent hell, I find tranquility teaches me how to design perfect master. I new creature. We're going too far, nobody can reach us. So I'm starting to drown and I'm covered with leeches. Until my last breath, they'll be screaming from the bleachers. Then I'll be dead like